Greetings all. In today's video, I will show you how to integrate ChatGPT with PowerShell to answer some questions. We will go over getting the API from OpenAI and configuring that as well as the endpoint, then making calls and grabbing the responses back in PowerShell. We will pass some sample SAT questions that will be read from an Excel spreadsheet as well as the possible answers. Follow along and let's begin. So first thing, let's get our API key. Go over to platform.openai.com, make sure you're registered and everything. On the left hand side, expand the menu and select API keys. Once there, click Create New Secret Key. Give it a name, select a project, and set the permissions if you want to restrict what the key is allowed to do. Click Create Key. Make sure you note your key somewhere as you won't be able to view it again. So let's look at the data we will be working with. This is the spreadsheet that contains some sample SAT questions. In column A, we have our questions, and in the remaining columns, we have multiple choice answers denoted by option A, option B, option C, and option D. So now let's get into the PowerShell code. First thing, let's define our API key, which we got from the website. Let's also define our endpoint and pass that to a variable called URL. That is api.openai.com/v1/chat/completions. Import the CSV file which contains the questions. Pass the CSV file location to a variable called CSV path. Let's import that and pass it to a variable called questions. Now we will loop through the questions, passing each one to OpenAI for ChatGPT to answer. Let's see how the questions will be formatted by running this part and seeing what is being held in our question variable. Okay, we have our questions, possible options, and I added another column where our answers will go, which is presently blank. Now we will prepare the request body that we will pass to OpenAI. Define a variable body like this, in where we set model to GPT-3.5-turbo, and messages will be an array of dictionary entries defined like this. We set role to system, content to user, colon, and pass our question here. We then define our max tokens to be 100. We then pipe this body variable to JSON format by calling the convert to JSON command. Now, our response will hold the answer we get back. We invoke the REST method on our URL. Our method will be a post, and our headers will be where we define our authorization to be bearer and pass our API key. We set our content type to application/JSON. And we specify our body, which we defined earlier. Now we need to extract the answer from the response. It is in a series of properties within our response variable. So response dot choices, first option, then dot message, then dot content. So in our answer column, which is questions.answer, we set that to be our answer we just defined. After our loop, we write over the file, where it will now contain our answers to the questions. This is how it looks. So let's look at our questions again. Expand our questions, and our multiple choice answers are here, with our answers column being blank. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and run our code now. Okay, that completed. And if we look at our questions and answers, these are the answers that ChatGPT provided when we pose these questions with multiple choice answers. So if we get a complete breakdown of how ChatGPT answered the question, and it also specifies the answer, which in this case was option A. And a breakdown and answers provided for each. And of course, if we only want the answer and no breakdown, we would specify that directly in the question we pose. And that's it. So we went over integrating OpenAI and PowerShell to pass questions to ChatGPT and record their answers. I hope you found this video useful. Please like and subscribe for more content. This has been brought to you by AIP Solutions.